The rise of Asian nations is reshaping the world, driven by economic growth, innovation, and cultural influence.
By 2030, Asia's economic might, fueled by massive populations and strategic advancements, will dominate global markets. This analysis highlights the top 10 Asian countries poised to lead, based on their economic potential, technological edge, and geopolitical significance, offering a glimpse into the dynamic forces shaping the future global landscape.
10. Philippines.
The Philippines is emerging as a vibrant economic player, driven by a young, English-speaking population and a growing service sector, particularly in IT and business process outsourcing. Remittances from overseas workers fuel domestic consumption, while an expanding middle class creates a robust consumer market. Manufacturing and agriculture complement its economic base, with infrastructure investments in roads and airports enhancing connectivity.
Its strategic location in ASEAN and trade partnerships with major economies boost economic ties. The Philippines' cultural vibrancy, from festivals to cuisine, strengthens its soft power. By focusing on education, digital innovation, and sustainable growth, the Philippines is positioning itself as a key contributor to Asia's economic ascent, leveraging its demographic and geographic advantages to enhance its role in regional and global markets. 9. Vietnam. Vietnam's rapid ascent is propelled by its export-driven economy and ability to attract foreign investment, particularly in manufacturing and electronics. A young, skilled workforce and competitive labor costs make it a global supply chain hub, drawing companies diversifying from other markets. Strategic trade agreements with the EU, US, and ASEAN boost its export potential. Infrastructure development, including ports and industrial zones, supports economic expansion. A growing consumer market, driven by an emerging middle class, fuels domestic growth. Vietnam's cultural heritage and tourism sector enhance its global appeal. Its active role in ASEAN strengthens regional influence. By prioritizing digital transformation and sustainable development, Vietnam is emerging as a dynamic economic force, poised to play a significant role in Asia's economic rise and global trade networks. 8. Thailand. Thailand's economic strength lies in its strategic location within ASEAN, fostering robust trade and investment ties with global powers. Manufacturing, particularly in electronics and automotive sectors, drives exports, while agriculture remains a backbone of its economy. Tourism, fueled by cultural heritage, beaches, and cuisine, attracts millions annually, boosting global visibility. A growing middle class supports domestic consumption, creating a resilient market. Infrastructure investments in high-speed rail and ports enhance regional connectivity. Thailand's cultural influence, from Thai food to festivals, amplifies its soft power. By leveraging free trade agreements and fostering sustainable growth, Thailand is solidifying its role as a key economic hub in Asia, contributing to the region's rise while maintaining a balance of tradition and modernization to remain competitive in global markets. 7. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's global influence is rooted in its dominance of energy markets, underpinned by vast oil reserves that power its economy. Ambitious diversification efforts through Vision 2030 are expanding its footprint in tourism, technology, and entertainment, reducing oil dependency. Megaprojects like NEOM and cultural reforms attract international investment and attention. Its strategic role in Middle Eastern geopolitics and leadership in OPEC shape global energy policies. A young, growing population drives domestic demand, while investments in education and infrastructure build long-term resilience. Saudi Arabia's cultural and religious significance, as the custodian of Islam's holiest sites, enhances its soft power. By balancing modernization with tradition, Saudi Arabia is positioning itself as a dynamic player in global energy, investment, and cultural spheres, redefining its role on the world stage. 6. Turkey. Turkey's unique position straddling Asia and Europe fuels its economic and geopolitical significance, serving as a vital bridge for trade and diplomacy. Its industrial base, particularly in manufacturing, textiles, and automotive sectors, drives economic growth, while infrastructure investments in airports and high-speed rail enhance connectivity. A young population and growing consumer market attract global businesses. Turkey's rich cultural heritage and tourism sector, centered on historic sites and natural beauty, bolster its global appeal. Active regional diplomacy and leadership in organizations like the OIC amplify its influence. By diversifying its economy and strengthening trade ties with Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, Turkey is carving out a pivotal role in global affairs, leveraging its strategic location and dynamic economy to shape cross-continental economic and political dynamics. 5. South Korea. South Korea's global prominence is anchored in its technological innovation and cultural influence, making it a powerhouse in both economic and soft power arenas. Leadership in semiconductors, electronics, and automotive industries drives its export economy, while companies like Samsung and Hyundai set global benchmarks. K-pop, K-dramas, and Korean cinema captivate international audiences, amplifying cultural reach. A highly educated workforce and heavy investment in research fuel continuous innovation. Strategic trade agreements and alliances, particularly with the US and ASEAN, strengthen its global economic role. South Korea's focus on green technology and digital transformation aligns with future trends. By blending cutting-edge industry with vibrant cultural exports, South Korea punches above its weight, shaping global markets, technology trends, and cultural landscapes with its dynamic and forward-thinking approach. 4. Indonesia. Indonesia's rise is driven by its large, youthful population and strategic location, making it a key economic and geopolitical player in Asia. Abundant natural resources, including palm oil and minerals, fuel export-driven growth, while a growing manufacturing sector attracts global investment. Infrastructure development, from roads to ports, supports economic expansion and connectivity. A rapidly expanding middle class drives consumer demand, creating a vibrant domestic market. Indonesia's leadership in ASEAN enhances its regional influence, fostering trade and diplomatic ties. Its cultural diversity and rich heritage strengthen soft power, attracting tourism and global interest. By prioritizing sustainable growth and digital transformation, Indonesia is emerging as a dynamic force, bridging economic opportunities with geopolitical ambitions to become a central hub in Asia's economic ascent and global trade networks. 3. Japan. Japan's global influence endures through its leadership in technology, innovation, and cultural exports. Renowned for advancements in robotics, electronics, and automotive industries, Japan sets global standards for quality and efficiency. Its cultural output, anime, manga, and cuisine, captivates audiences worldwide, enhancing its soft power. Despite demographic challenges like a shrinking population, Japan's highly skilled workforce and investment in research sustain economic strength. Strong trade ties with Asia, Europe, and North America reinforce its role in global supply chains. Japan's commitment to sustainability and green technology aligns with global trends, while its diplomatic stability fosters international partnerships. By blending tradition with cutting-edge innovation, Japan remains a pivotal force in shaping global markets, cultural trends, and technological advancements, maintaining its status as a respected and influential global player. 2. India. India's ascent is powered by its youthful, dynamic population and rapid economic growth, particularly in technology, services, and manufacturing. Economic reforms have unleashed entrepreneurial potential, making India a global hub for IT and innovation. A burgeoning middle class fuels domestic consumption, while initiatives like Make in India boost industrial output. Infrastructure investments in roads, ports, and digital connectivity enhance economic efficiency. India's cultural influence, from Bollywood to yoga, amplifies its soft power globally. Its diplomatic engagement and leadership in forums like the Quad strengthen geopolitical clout. By leveraging its demographic dividend in fostering inclusive growth, India is poised to shape Asia's economic future, emerging as a key player in global trade, technology, and diplomacy, with a vision for sustainable and equitable development that resonates worldwide. 1. China. China's economic dominance is rooted in its vast population and unmatched industrial capacity, positioning it as a global leader in manufacturing, technology, and trade. Its ambitious Belt and Road Initiative expands influence through infrastructure and trade networks across continents. Innovations in AI, telecommunications, and green energy drive its technological edge, while a shift toward domestic consumption strengthens economic resilience. Despite challenges like an aging population and financial reforms, China's strategic investments in education and infrastructure sustain its growth.
Its geopolitical influence, through partnerships and economic diplomacy, shapes global markets and policies, making it a central force in international affairs. China's ability to balance domestic priorities with global ambitions ensures its continued rise as a powerhouse, redefining the global economic order with its scale, innovation, and strategic vision for connectivity and development.